everyone. It is December 11, 2018. My name is attorney Jennifer Ford. It has been now 2 months since Hurricane Michael, and I know a lot of people have gotten answers back from their insurance company, and they're not exactly the answers that they were hoping for or expecting. It's not personal. Insurance companies are business, and they're in the business of making money, cashing checks, not writing checks. So they often have all kinds of excuses and techniques that they use to deny claims or undervalue claims. So some of these tricks are, they like to say, well, that damage was pre-existing, so we don't have to pay that. Well, it's too late to put the horse back in the barn and take pictures of everything and document everything. But no, if it wasn't there, if it wasn't damaged before the storm, you don't have to accept that denial. Another one they like to say is, well, this damage came from the rain that came in after the storm, therefore it's not covered, or it's covered under the flood, the FEMA policy. No, that's not true either. You have a duty to mitigate by covering up any holes that the storm caused, obviously as best you can, while you're awaiting the money and the ability to fix it. Of course you have to mitigate, but there's no tarp or plywood necessarily that's going to keep all of the rain out, or blowing wind or rain, or it can damage your house afterwards, no matter how diligent you are in trying to secure it. So as long as the National Weather Service named the storm, whether it's a hurricane or just another named storm, then it will be covered under your wind policy, under your homeowner's insurance policy. Even though it's rain, it's subsequent rain, yes, it is covered. Another one they like to add clauses when you renew. And sometimes you don't realize that these changes were made, and you sign it because they didn't give you adequate notice, or you didn't really know that they were raising your deductible some crazy high amount and that you were agreeing to it, or any of the other clauses that they put in there. So if you got the shock of your life and they're denying a claim based on some clause that you had no idea was in there, take a deep breath and call an attorney. Call us and we'll go over it with you. We'll tell you what your rights are, because you do have rights. You don't have to accept everything that your insurance company tells you at face value. Another thing that they do is they hire their own experts. They hire people to come in, contractors, to assess the damage and write reports. And they also hire engineers. Now, that one really gets me sometimes, because their engineers are not roofers. They're not contractors. I don't know why they're writing these reports. It's bizarre to me. If you're going to have somebody fix something, wouldn't you want somebody that has experience doing that? And if they're going to tell you what all it needs, wouldn't you want them to be someone that's done it? It's common sense, right? So a lot of these, and I'm not saying they're all scammers, but a lot of these people are what we would think of as hired guns. So they are going to write their reports, and they're probably going to be favorable to the insurance company. That's just common sense. So you don't have to accept what they tell you or what the report says. You can get another opinion. You can bring in your own contractor to assess the damage and to look for hidden damage, because you can't always see right away. There's a lot of damage. Another thing, they may say, well, your house was damaged so badly because it wasn't up to code. Well, the code's changed about 12 years ago. So a lot of those houses were up to the code at the time that they were made, but not the current code. So it's obvious by just looking down there. The one house that's standing and the other 35 that went down, the one standing is going to be a newer house that was built in the last 12 years up to the current codes. So if you have questions about that, or if you think that's not fair, have an attorney look over it for you. We don't charge you anything for consultation, and like I said, you have rights. You do not have to accept what they say at face value. So if you're in this boat, if you're in the waiting game, if you haven't heard from them in a while, and or if you've gotten denials or lowballs, call us and consultation doesn't cost anything. We will look over your policy, explain everything to you, look over what the insurance company sent you, and tell you where you can go from here. And we will never charge you a dime for that. So you can always call us, and hope to hear from you soon. Bye.